You know, there comes a day when even I find just the most purest irony in life. But before we can get into that, today I must talk to you about where this video is being sponsored by. Have you guys heard of Raid Shadow Legends? Now, Raid Shadow Legends is a game that is extremely ambitious, to say the least. And in my personal opinion, it's one of the more exciting games I've been a part of. I'm going to give you examples of this here while I tell you about this game. I would highly recommend downloading this. I will put my integrity on the line right now, both as a YouTuber, a personality, whatever you want to call me, that this game right here is completely worth the download. So what you want to do is I have a download link in this video at the top of the description. I would click on that if I was you. It's free. You're going to get some starting bonuses like silver. Have you heard of 50,000 silver? There's all kinds of amazing starting bonuses. So with that being said, I want to say a big, amazing shout out and thank you to both Plarium as well as Stream Elements for bringing this video to fruition. And the thing is, if you notice over here, you see that where it says Warriors, 2 out of 150? That's because I've been live streaming this sponsorship. That's right. This is a campaign sponsorship for me to be live streaming this. And I highly recommend you stop by at twitch.tv/Darth Microtransaction. I will put that in the description as well. And you can stop by, download it, and it will pop up and everyone will see, wow, this awesome guy is supporting Darth Microtransaction, and everyone will love you, nay, adore you for doing this. So once again, life-changing is the word. Life-changing experiences await you on the live stream. Now, I have something fun planned for you today on top of just selling out. And that is, of course, going through and showing you and reacting to the first videos I've ever done. Now, I have not gone back and really looked at these. I'm quite embarrassed to actually do this. The very first video I ever did is this one right here. I'm going to pause it. I don't know if it's got music or anything. Let's remove it. But it looks like it's a pack opening. Look, here, I'll show you. Check this out. The first video your boy has ever done on YouTube was, in fact, a pack opening. If you don't know what this is Battle Right 25 Halloween chest opening. The very first mass opening. If you scroll down, someone said that. The very first mass opening. That's great, man. Can you believe that? So that was the first DM back in the day, just opening stuff. No one watched that, right? And then I was a coach. I was like trying to teach people how to play League of Legends for a bit there. So there's me trying to teach people League of Legends back in the day. Man, the journey we have made, because then I got into like Star Wars Galaxy Heroes, and this is where I started to gain a little bit of traction. I was starting to get some views, you know? And, oh man, look at that hair and that mustache. I had the thick mustache back then, huh? And I started to get a little bit of traction while doing Star Wars Galaxy Heroes. These were just basically me live streaming. This is getting recorded live streaming here. Oh man, it has been a minute. Now, this was the very first video that I ever really got any major views on, was this one here. I say major, it's only like 6,000, but I put out a guide basically back in the day for Star Wars Galaxy Heroes. And this video, I think the reason this one did well is because I put it on Reddit. It was my first time putting this one on Reddit. And then on top of putting it on Reddit, it had like this kind of clickbait like name, you know, 42 million plus with 400 plus thousand crits. And they had like this kind of attractive looking girl, like kind of hilarious, right? And then this one ended up getting 37,000 views, which was a part 3 guide that people already knew how to do this, but it was, I explained it well, I think is what that was. And I was trying to learn, like, you can see I was trying to figure out thumbnails. Like I got really bad at thumbnails there for a while, but let's scroll down and let's react to like our first raid video ever. I don't remember what the first raid video I ever did was, because this is all Star Wars Galaxy Heroes, man. Oh, wait, here we go. These are shards. Let's go back. Raid artifacts, everything you need to know. I bet I got all wrong, man. I bet I got all of that wrong. There's my in-depth beginner's guide, man. That one looks probably pretty wrong too, to be honest. in-depth review. Here we go. The Raid Shadow Legends in-depth review. Look at that head of hair on that guy. Can you believe that? Let's take a look here at let's see how smart that was. So today I'm going to be doing a video about something non-Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes related.
Oh, is that so?
It is Raid Shadow Legends. I'm going to start this video by saying this is not a sponsored video. I didn't get anything for them. I haven't been in contact. I tried to contact them because I wanted to be sponsored by them because I want to make this video.
Oh, anyway. Is that right?
I
didn't even know I said that in this video. Dude, that's hilarious, man.
So I'm not an expert at the game. I don't pretend to be.
Even back in the day, I was complaining about not being sponsored. I love it.
So without further ado, without you knowing anything about the game, let's get into what everyone wants to see, which is pack opening.
The very first video, pack opening.
One of the reasons I really like this game so far has been the character design in both skills as well as just the actual art.
What I don't understand is I had the green screen back then, but I still had a webcam background. I hadn't figured that out yet.
There's some different textures or something. But for the most part, most of the characters are pretty unique.
And it's just, I have pre-recorded pack opening footage. Oh no.
Like light side, dark side.
Oh no, this is a nightmare.
Skinwalkers, undead.
Oh no, what?
Which are up to buy. You know what I mean? So. And the same basically.
With my Ray.
A couple packs. That way we can make a video out of it. So to close out the conversation on like spending money on this game, I would say that I think it's probably cheaper of a game, or I don't know if I'd say cheaper, but your money goes a little bit longer of a way than Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, primarily because
that might be true actually.
You get just from like opening packs. So there's no like this legendary character, which is like one of the best characters in the entire game. I literally just got from like a random pack, right? Like I didn't have to spend like it was on Padme, where it's like $530 to unlock one of the legendary characters that's just the leader for an entire team. That you still
but nowadays we have fusions, so I didn't realize that yet.
You just open packs and you get either good characters or you get garbage. And if you get garbage, there's actually like a leveling system where you go to the tavern, you pick the character you want to level. Let's say like my legendary, you go down here to the garbage you don't want. And you're like, okay, well, this is all trash. Let me just...
Oh, man, I was so optimistic.
Like myself, and then it's just going to be a bunch of random people here. If you see no one you think you can...
Wait, this is sponsored video. Dude, this game is great. I mean, look how... I didn't even knew it back then. This game was fantastic.
Same stages at different difficulty levels, and you can get drops.
So this video, I was pretty enthused. You can tell by it. So what ended up happening? When did I drop Star Wars? Because if you look back here, I did a couple pack openings. Like I did the in-depth review, and then I did a couple pack openings here, and then I did these were the Subnautica Let's Plays. Man, I don't know if you guys have ever seen these ones, but these Subnautica Let's Plays, these are, I'm not going to spoil it, but no one watched these, but there's some like interesting stuff that happens in there. This was the first time I ever got like a big supporter, and rest in peace Valkyrie. I don't know if he's still around or not, but that guy is amazing. So then this was, look at this. This is my first like big raid video. 82,000 views, multi-legendary pose. I'm giving you the salute with the hair. Man, I knew how to make a thumbnail, didn't I? Look at those shards right there. Still doing Star Wars Galaxy Heroes video though, all the way up until really later on here, where it's going to be right about here where I did the do this first array, which ended up being, I think, my biggest video of all time at 175,000 views. This was a good thumbnail. It was a good thumbnail. It was a good topic. And it was actually a useful video, too. I remember doing this one here.
Definitely a most important thing you should do right when you start Raid Shadow Legends. It's pretty basic knowledge.
You can see I was progressing. Like, this is when I started to understand. Look at this raid themselves. Say this is one of the most helpful things for new players we have ever seen on YouTube. You know what? I completely agree. Look at all those thumbs up. I bet people are saying nice comments to them. Oh, no. Okay, so let's see. And then what ended up happening? We did Champion Chase. We started talking about, you know what? I really like the legendary reviews I was doing for a few minutes. And then this is really where I did kind of the last Star Wars Galaxy Heroes video called Enjoying Star Wars Galaxy Heroes, which was me talking about the last thing I'm going to do in the game, which was basically the Wampanator team based upon a dear friend of mine, who I don't really talk to anymore. I hope he's doing well. Let's see. So then I got into really a lot of pack openings for a bit there, just shard openings. I tried a Loon. I remember Loon was this hot thing for a minute. Everyone was playing that game. That's kind of why I feel like everyone moves around from game to game, but it's like I'm kind of sticking with Raid for a bit because
I feel like hype is the thing. People get real hype on new games. Like Pokemon Masters was real hype, you know, and then people just kind of get bored. So I'm waiting to feel it out on these new games. I think that might happen again with these new games, and I'm still just kind of sticking to Raid, you know. And this is where I started getting doing collabs. I remember the whole like, oh wow, man, the Dabbing Seducer. That was some classics. I really liked this game here. I've spent $10,000, or this one here, I've spent $10,000 on mobile games. I really was bummed that people didn't watch this one as much, because I put in like a lot of effort into the way this one was explained. I like this video. This was a pretty, but you know, speaking of high effort, you guys want to know one of the most high effort videos that did not pay back even remotely close? Where is it? You'll find this interesting probably. It was a video about auto chess. I also really like this thumbnail. I thought that was good. It's so hard to find my videos because no, that's not it. This one, auto chess. What is auto chess? I did such a good job on this video. Like I explain everything. I use like over the top, like, you know, like editing. I use good editing here. I explain like how auto chess works. And we're going to wrap it up with a conclusion, some final like points. I talk about all the different video breakdowns and stuff like, oh my God, I remember doing all of this. Mod that turned into Dota that we know and love today. Now, Dota has another sort of built-in in-game mode mod these days called Auto Chess. And this turned into another full-blown game called Dota Underlords. Now, Underlords is the Dota version, but many other games have been popping up recently under the same Auto Chess format. There's the Auto Chess mobile game, and most recently there's been Teamfight Tactics, which is League of Legends version. Speaking of Teamfight Tactics, it's on mobile now. We're going to be using this one as an example. You know what? This was when I started to like try doing higher level, like higher level quality. When you first load into the game, like trying to like show stuff. You know, that's when I started to like learn editing a little bit. You know what I learned about going through these? The videos, if you look at the ones that do popular, like the videos that end up doing fairly popular on your channel, and the most important thing that ever happens is how good your thumbnail is, how good your title is, and how good your first 2 or 3 minutes are. It's almost always the same thing, guys. I'm telling you. Really interesting fact. Do this first, you know, 175, 600 plus shard opening, good thumbnail. 129, best healers to sports, best epic champions, multi-legendary posts. And then the ones that do bad, you know, you scroll down here, my ones that just did terrible. Even some of the ones that do like terrible or like nicely edited, high effort videos, you know, like look at this one here. This is 10,000 views, right? This didn't do terrible, but this was a nicely edited video. I actually paid an editor to do this one because I was at my girlfriend's house and I couldn't do this one. This was the only video I ever had an editor do, actually. But, you know, people didn't, it's got 10,000 views, which is fine. But, you know, compared to like some of the other ones, that was a high effort one from the other. But so it's kind of interesting to see, you know, as time goes on. I love going back and kind of looking at what I used to do and being able to react to what, you know, what I had before. That's kind of cool to see all this, to see the progress, you know. Back in the day, I really... Right, so today we're going to talk about 3v3s in the Grand Arena. I really didn't know what I was doing at all. Play the chess game, defeat your opponents, and win every match. I still don't. I still really don't know what I'm doing, but like every, you know, a step at a time, you know. Like that Will song, you know. You gotta, if you're going to build a wall, you gotta lay the brick at a time, you know. Every day you gotta lay your brick. Say, I'm going to lay this brick as straight as I can. Eventually you have a wall. Because that's kind of what like... it's kind of what this is about today. All right, guys, I love you a lot. I need 148 downloads. Let's go, boys. Raid Shadow Legends, the best game literally ever made. Highly suggest it, and I'll hopefully see you guys on the live streams. Cheers.